I was going to record it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're just going to do like just basically making our goals together. That way I can help you out with it. Because I notice when people make their goals in like the team daily or like the daily challenge when I do the monthly thing, like they never like we're never super specific. And I feel like when you're goal making, you kind of need to be more specific so that you're basically speaking them into existence better than just like typing down something and not really putting much thought into it. So I have my questions here that I have that'll help goal set. So the first one to ask you all, which you don't have to say anything, you can just think about it, is are you going for a rank for July? So July 1st starts tomorrow. Are you going to be going for a rank starting July 1st? Are you going for a rank? If you are, hopefully you guys have like a paper or pen or something to write this down with. If you are going for a rank, write that rank down. If say you lost a rank, so say you were a Ruby and you lost volume to where you're not holding your rank. You can even put that you want to get your rank back or whatever. So if you're going for a rank or need to get back to your rank, just write that down. So write it down. So that's like your main goal, your main business goal for the month is obviously you want to promote because when you promote, your check goes up, right? So if you guys end up not being able to hear me at all, just put it in the chat or unmute yourself and let me know. Because my Wi-Fi is horrible and reads on my phone. So it's okay. And then off of that rank, say you want to go, you haven't ranked yet, so your goal is executive, for instance, or Ruby. Then the next question would be, how many distributors are you wanting to sign? Because I feel like everyone on like, when they're writing down their goals, they kind of just say sign 2 distributors. But it's like, okay, but if you want to hit Ruby, then obviously you need to look at your Ruby chart. And if you don't have any distributors, then how many do you need to sign? 3 to 5. Or if you want to just go executive, you need to sign 2. Or you know what I mean? Like you need to be specific to that rank you're going for. So think about that for a minute. So if you haven't ranked yet, or if you don't have any distributors, maybe make your first goal executive. And because that's 2 distributors. So just put you need to sign 2 distributors this month because you want to hit executive. Or if you want to go for Ruby, then obviously that works too. Let's see. Okay, so now the next thing would be that I notice people write down is how many loyal customers they're wanting to sign each month. For instance, if you're wanting to go executive, I'm just using this as an example because that's 2 distributors. You're going to need volume underneath those 2 distributors. Now, obviously, they are going to be probably signing their own loyal customers because that's usually what happens. But I wish I had my calculator, but I do not. Each distributor needs 400 volume. So if you kind of think about that, with how many loyals do you think you would need to sign to get to that 400 volume? So let's see. I don't know. Mom, do you have a calculator? Unmute yourself. I'll unmute you.
Yes, I have a calculator. What do you want me to do?
I just feel like I'm making this way too complicated, but I'm just trying to get to be more specific.
If you have 400 volume that you need to meet, and say each customer purchases a 35 BV item, you're thinking?
Yeah.
You would need 11 and a half, so 12 loyal customers.
Okay, per distributor, like if you signed them all yourself, if that was the lowest BV, like sign.
Right.
There you go. And that's why it's so important for like, I'm gonna mute you again. Okay, that's why it's so important for like upselling, for instance. Like instead of trying to just sell Thermophyte, for instance, it's, what is it, 30 BV or 36 BV? I can't remember, but between 30 and 36. Instead of only just selling that, like try to package on like fat fighters. Like the loyal customer I signed the other day ordered Thermophyte, and then she ordered fat fighters too, because I told her it would help her maintain a little bit better. So you always want to try to upsell it so that instead of your 30 BV customer, it's now a 55 BV customer, and then you don't have to sign as many. So now write down, think about your rank and your distributors you're going to sign and whatnot, and think about how many loyal customers you're wanting to sign yourself. So write that down.
Another good upsell to think about with our new Thermophyte, because everybody is in love with it, is now that we've got our cleanse that has been also improved, to encourage them to add that, because it's a jump start to weight loss. And a lot of them will look at it as a huge incentive, and so they'll double up on it.
Well,
just an idea.
Cleanse is also good. Whenever you're starting any weight loss program, they always say you should try to do a good cleanse, because your body has so many toxins built up into you that it makes weight loss hard. So if you do a cleanse first, then you're kind of releasing those toxins.
That, and it'll help you to absorb the weight loss supplement that you're taking better, because you've done that cleanse prior to.
Yes. Okay.
Next, wondering really quick again.
Sorry.
Wondering sorry, I was just wondering how many bonus volumes does our loyal customers have to have again each? I kind of forgot.
Loyal customers, it doesn't matter, but just for distributors, they need 400.
Okay.
For promoting. He's doing good. Okay. Next, which I think is an important one that I sometimes tend to slack on quite a bit, would be personal development every day. I sometimes don't do as good as I should do on it. So now is one of your goals personal development every day, which I feel like that should be a goal, like, because it's only going to improve yourself. How many minutes are you wanting to spend on that every day? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour? Like, write down how long you're wanting to spend. And then you could even get more specific, as in, like, do you want to start a new personal development book? Like, is that what you're wanting to do? Are you wanting to start a new book and finish it throughout the month? Are you wanting to, you know what I mean? Like, you could even add in something like that. So write that down. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 3. And one of my goals will be to start a new book. Yeah, and definitely be writing this down, because I'm still going to do a daily challenge in the team page tomorrow with everyone putting their goals in the comments. So you'll want to relay this onto that tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Start a new book and finish it. Okay. Okay, next up, product goals. Are you wanting to set a goal to use one of our products every day, or say a couple of products every day? Or are you wanting to like place an order for a new product you're wanting to try? Like, any goal like that as far as the products go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you wanting to start a bottle of Thermophyte from start to finish, or whatever your goal may be? I mean, I tend to I do really good for a few weeks, and then I tend to forget to start taking things. And so my goal will definitely be to do my Thermophyte X every single day very consistently, because I tend to forget a few days. So that's going to be, let's see, one of mine. Keto coffee I never forget about, because it's like my favorite part of my day. But everything else I tend to forget about. Let's see. Okay, next one. I feel like I used to do really good at this, and now I feel like I've slacked on this one as well. Going live. Are you wanting to make it a goal to go live every day? Go live once a week? Go live a couple times a week? It's crazy how much I've noticed, like when I don't do it, how like my interaction goes down a lot on my posts. So I definitely want to make it a goal to at least go live. I'm trying to, I don't know, like at least once a week, but I really want to push for something else. I'm going to write that down. So write that down, how many times you're wanting to go live. Like either, I feel like everyone should go live at least more than like once a month. So at least a few times a month. So write down whatever your goal is. Let's see. It doesn't even have to be for business purposes. Like you go live with, I mean, during the 4th of July fireworks. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like it can be about anything. Okay, let's see. What others? I have okay. Next one will be growing your network. How many, okay, so you don't have to look right now, but when you get off, you can look too. How many Facebook friends do you have right now? So like think about that. How many Facebook friends do you have right now? And then think about by the end of July, so July, I don't know, was there 31 days in July? By July 31st, how many friends do you want to have on top of that? Like say you have 500 friends right now, and your goal by the end of July is to have 750 friends. You know what I mean? Like think about how many you want to grow. And so by having that goal, you need to think about, okay, how many friend requests do I need to be sending out a day? Because obviously not all of them are going to accept you back because that's just how it works. But how many are you actually wanting to make? Like how many friends are you wanting to actually make? So let's see. I know I want to get to. Okay, and then same thing for Instagram. If you have an Instagram, if you use Instagram, think about that also. How many followers do you have and how many new followers do you want to have by the end of July?
I'm not gonna lie, I use my Instagram, but I honestly don't really have a big connection there with anybody. Cause I don't know, it's just to me it's kind of confusing, and I just feel more comfortable with Facebook. I can share my stories on my Instagram, but that's one thing for me is that I don't really know who to follow, because it kind of seems like there's like a lot of pages and I'm not really seeing people.
Okay. One of the biggest things, so Instagram, it can be kind of confusing starting out. I've finally like gotten into a good rhythm of being able to know how to find people. And the biggest thing would be like, with Instagram, you want to use like hashtags and things like that. And so what I do is there's like a little search section on there. I'll try to find a training that one of the other top leaders have done that has, because they know a lot more about Instagram than I do. I'm just barely like starting to get into it better. But there's a place where you can search and you can search tags. And like for me, for instance, one of the things I'm interested in would be like, I don't know, like fit mom, hashtag fit mom. Okay. Because I'm been working out and I'm a mom. So that's one of the hashtags. And then I go through those. Hi, buddy. And then I find accounts that have hashtag that too. And then I follow those people. So that's a good way to find people that might have similar interests in like as you, so that you're not just like looking at people you really don't care about. Hello. Hi, buddy.
Michaela. I did that same thing that Taylor just said. I searched, like, I think I showed you before. I searched something and then I went to the most recent comments and the most recent likes, and then I followed those people. And like maybe 2 out of all those people that I followed, they actually view my story every day. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I've talked to them maybe twice, but like not about products or anything. But that's how I did it, was how you said to go search and then like go to the likes and stuff.
That's a good idea too. I never really thought about doing that, but that's a good idea too. Or like if there's a certain store you like, for instance, like Target. You go to Target's Instagram page, go to their followers, and then follow people from their follower list. So that works. That's a good way to do it too. Okay, let's see. Next up, personal health goals. Do you have any personal, to me, I feel like your monthly goals don't always have to be business. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why it's good to kind of have your own personal goals along with business goals. So what are like some of your personal health goals, for instance? Like that could be losing weight. That could be, you know, anything. So what are some personal health goals you have? Let's see. Okay, and then I'm just going to add to this while you guys are kind of writing those down. Something that kind of goes along with it would just be like, this would be more like kind of like a personal goal that would like kind of help with your business. Like as in one of my goals for July, because I'm horrible, is watch less TV, because that's just one of my goals that I want to work on. Because I feel like if I watch less TV, I'm going to be focusing on my business more, focusing on my family more, and it will just kind of be better because I watch a lot of TV. So that's like, so you could write down even like personal goals like that. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be health. Like one of my goals would be, to watch less TV, to spend more time outside. You know what I mean? Like things like that can also go along with like your personal goals. Okay, and then for the final one, these kind of go together. So what excuses do you have for why you can't work your business effectively? Okay, so just think about that. And then from there, write down, how are you going to work on that? What do you need to work on to overcome those excuses? And that's kind of like a goal in itself. And then that's my last one. So you can just write that down. And if anyone else has anything they want to add, you can definitely unmute yourself and add on whatever you think would be, if you feel like something could be added on to that or whatever, you can let us know.
Oh, like I was saying, like the other day though, how do we go about finding out more about Facebook algorithms for sure?
I honestly, what I do is a lot of like so I'm in a top leaders group on Facebook, and a lot of the corporate team is in there, and they kind of just like keep up with that stuff, and then they just put it in there, and then I just relay new stuff onto you guys. The biggest things is I try to like, so going live helps your algorithm a ton. Interacting is the number one biggest thing. You need to be liking people's stuff. You need to be commenting at least 4 words on their posts, because the more you interact that way and not just liking, you need to be commenting. Will boost your posts up into everyone else's feeds too, because you'll become more relevant, because Facebook looks at you as kind of like, I'm trying to think of the word, like an influencer kind of in a way, like, because you're adding value to their page because you are commenting on people's posts. You're adding value. So basically they'll boost yours up because you're helping out other people. What else was there? I'm just trying to think. You don't want to post more than like 6 times a day is a big one. Sharing things, they say, lowers I get messes with your algorithm and will lower your, I can't think of the words. It'll just make you not so relevant. So,
lower your action and views from other people. They can't see your posts if you're sharing it rather than actually copying and pasting it or making it your own.
Yes. So if you can share it, like say you're on you see a funny quote and you're like, ooh, I want to share that. That's a good one. Don't just share it. Make it your own post. Save that picture and create your own post from it. That'll go a lot further than just sharing someone else's stuff, because most people don't see the shares as much as they see like your actual organic posts. So those are a few of the main algorithm things.
For instance, on the sharing thing, I actually tried that and had my husband, he's got me as see first. So obviously you would think that he would see everything that I post immediately. And he could see everything that I would do originally. But if I would share something, or if I would copy and paste old words, like from an old post that I had made, if I just simply copy and paste it instead of putting it into notes, making adjustments, and then putting it in there, he couldn't see those unless I had made those adjustments and put it in there, because it was identical to something that had already been posted. So it's really important that even if you're using the same wording in your post, to switch it up a little bit to make that little bit of difference, because that makes a huge difference as well.
Also, tweaking pictures is a big one. You can use the same pictures as other people, just kind of tweak it a bit, like add some wording on top of it, maybe put a filter on it, do something to make it your own, because Facebook can track how many pictures of, like, how many times the same picture has been shared multiple times, and then they'll make you less relevant. So like, that's why I always say when corporate shares new pictures of products, I'm always like, don't just go and like get share happy on that. Like, don't just save it and just share it. Like, try to tweak it a little bit. And then it also looks better, like, because people that are friends with you, you know, they're friends with multiple It Works distributors. They get annoyed if they see the same picture over and over again. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, okay, so what's different? Why should I buy from you and not from this person? Because you guys are sharing the same stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So you kind of just want to be as unique as you can. But if anyone else has, I'm going to stop this recording because I think, let's see, stop. I think that's it for what I had for goals. So I'm going to stop the recording real quick.